Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So I'll new start with not new topic, which is human anatomy. So introductory part. What is that? So it deals with the human body. So different kind of structure like anatomy, muscles, different kind of system, different kind of joint. So human anatomy is based on that. So there is a division of human anatomy. So we will proceed further that. So what is that? So cadaveric anatomy. What is that? So it's studied on that preserved bodies, especially with neck or eye, neck eye. It means there is a dead body. We have to read or like studied over the body like detailed structure, anatomy, joint, muscles, ligament, tendon, fascia, and different kind of other things, different kind of movements, so systems we have studied on cadaveric anatomy with our naked eyes. Second one is regional anatomy. So it is studied in the parts like upper limb, lower limb, scapular region, and abdomen and thorax. So there is a dead body, and also we have studied over that particular part like a different region like upper, lower limbs, scapular region, abdominal region, thorax region. So that is the regional anatomy. Next one is the systemic anatomy. What is that? So it studies a system like skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system, and respiratory system. So studies of different kind of system. We also came in a systemic anatomy. So that is like so living anatomy. So it is studies by palpation, percussions, radiography, uh, and auscultation. So we are studying a living body for touching their body, palpation, like precautions, and different kind of radiography, CT scans, MRIs, or like auscultations of their heartbeats. So that is happening on the living body and performing with different like equipment. Next one is a division of anatomy is embryology. So it is a study of prenatal development changes in an individual. So if baby is under the like uterus or there is in the child baby, so into the uterus, so there is a growth of the baby. We have studied over there, and their growth, their anatomical structure, their respiratory system, their anatomical system, how they can growth, how the placenta will help, all over things, all over the growth of the bones. We are studying embryology. Next one is histology, the study of structure with aid of microscope. Histology means the particular joint or particular muscles. We have like detailed microscopic studies, so it will become in histology. Applied or clinical anatomy, what is that? So it deals with application for anatomical knowledge to medical and surgical practice. So it is that anatomy we have studying on that person who have like for the studies purpose or like a surgical purpose, like total knee replacement, total hip replacement, that kind of things we have studying in clinical and applied anatomy. So our first topic is joint. What is that? So it is a junction between two or more bone or cartilage. It means we have like two different kind of bone like scapula or humerus. They make a glenohumeral joint. That is the ball and socket kind of joint. The classification. What is that? So structural classification. First is fibrous and the suture, plain sutures and the squamous sutures, denticulate sutures, and syndesmosis and gymnophosis. So that kind of structural classification of the joint. There is a cartilaginous classification. So primary cartilaginous joints are joints between the epiphysis, diaphysis, or a growing long bones. So that all of the bones we have like a growing bone, like a humerus or like a femur. All of their are in cartilaginous inside the body. If there is in biology a study, secondary cartilaginous joints are intervertebral joints and symphysis and pubis. So intervertebral joints are like spine bones, cervical, lumbar vertebra, that kind of things, and it is also the pubis bone. It is also the cartilaginous joint. Next joint is a synovial joint. It is also called a ball and socket kind of joint, like shoulder joint, hip joint. Next to be condylar joint or bicondylar joint. That is example of metacarpal phalangeal joint and knee joint. Ellipsoid joint is example of that. Atlanto-occipital joint or wrist joint. That kind of joint is ellipsoid joint. Next one is sailor and saddle joint. The example of that is carpometacarpal joint, which is present our leg, and sternoclavicular joint are sailor and saddle variety. Hinge joint, elbow and ankle joint. Plain joint, it is a tarsal or intercarpal joints, which is present here. Next one is a pivot joint, forearm and wrist or neck joint. Function and classification of the joint. This is synarthrosis. Synarthrosis means a manubrio sternal sutures, which is immovable, or amphiarthrosis means cartilaginous joints. So it means two kind of function we have studied in joint. There is a immovable or like cartilaginous joint. So there is a function. Next is regional classification. So first regional classification is that skull type, vertebral type, or limb type. So skull type according to the articulating bones. So simple joints is what? Interphalangeal joints are simple joint. Compound joints are elbow joint, which is have like different three joint bone, including like humerus, radius, ulna. Wrist joints made of the distal part of the radius, ulna, and the carpal bone, which is scaphoid unit. Complex joint, which is the temporomandibular joints or like skull bone, which is made of different kind of bones and make a single bone, which is skull. So that is the joint of the body. Thank you.